Welcome back to the ALG podcast. I hope that you're all having a wonderful week. If you're listening to this on the day of drop, it is officially Friday, so I hope that you're having that Friday feeling. I'm joined today
Let's
by
go to the bars. Never mind. No, can't go to the bars.
No, you can't. It's not allowed.
Not allowed.
Corona lives in bars. No more Corona talk. We're done.
We're locked out. Nope.
We're locked out.
We're pausing.
Fuck off. Today we are joined by a very special guest. You may know her as Britta and the Beast on Instagram. Today we have Britta Kling, we have David Roden, and we have, well, me, but who cares? And today we're here to talk all about Britta's wonderful journey. For those that don't know Britta, she's probably one of the sweetest people on Instagram. Like, I don't think that she hates anything. Like, I think that a house could drop on her and she just wouldn't care. She'd be like, it's cool.
It's fine.
It's okay. We're going to be fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine. Britta also has a Rottweiler that I'm going to go and steal. And that's why the Rottweiler's not in the video. Oh, and there she is. Oh, my God. Such a gorgeous dog. I love her. So, Britta, what's new? What's going on?
Not much. I had the day off. Did some cleaning, skate this morning. Yeah, it was good.
That's dope.
Good day.
That's dope. So for those that don't know you, why don't you give us just a brief little rundown about yourself?
Because I feel like our relationship over the last 4 months is completely sham because I just found out you're vegan. Like, it's kind of impressive how we've been talking on the Discord server for 4 months, and I had no idea.
It's been about 4 months also that I went vegan, but my name's Britta. I'm 33 next week.
Hey.
Wait, 11 days from now, sorry. I am vegan, plant-based. I'm working towards vegan, but I am plant-based. Vegan is a lifestyle, plant-based is a diet, like we kind of say. But
notice how she said how we kind of say. All of a sudden, she's in the cult. That's it. We kind of say that.
I'm in the club. They officially accepted me into the club, I think. Yeah. I am almost down 70 pounds since my heaviest. But pretty much been heavy all my life since I was a kid and all the way through high school. I lost 100 pounds after high school. Gained it all back with bad habits and the wrong mindset and everything like that. And finally started straightening out my brain about September of last year, 2019. And then COVID happened and I gained my 35 that I lost back.
Right.
And then I'm back 35 down and down close to 70 now for my heaviest.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So when you did it the first time, what was the shift in your life that kind of, I don't want to ask the cliche, but like, what was the why?
Well, that too. And honestly, backtrack before that too, because I'm intrigued on your full story. So answer that and then just kind of go back to the details.
The why the first time was really, I just I met someone, was dating someone, got out of college, started working and just started getting healthy, but started drinking too much and wasn't eating and just doing it the whole wrong way.
Right.
Laxatives and all of that. I had a vision in my head of who I wanted to be and what I wanted to look like. And that's what I went for. And then it was just all wrong.
And that just involved a lot of pooping. You just thought you were going to get there from just shitting.
Metamucil every day.
Just pizza and laxatives, baby.
Yeah,
well, it was not good. And beer, salads, beer, and more laxatives. Yeah. So
I mean, it's like water. It's like 90% water. It's like clear. It's great.
Yeah, it was something, but ended up gaining it all back, and now here I am again, losing it all over again.
I'm looking forward to when we get to this point because I remember in the Discord server last week you made a pretty impactful statement just talking about how you tend to have that slide and how this is different. So I'm looking forward to that conversation, but I do want to backtrack. So early on in life, I mean, habits and rituals of your heaviest weight, what did that look like and why?
As a kid, I was always the chubby kid. I think I started becoming aware of that I was, the chubby little girl when I had my appendix taken out and the doctor's like, there's too much fat to cut through. And, he told my parents after that I needed to lose weight. So, that was when it really started, that seed was planted in my head that, oh, you're chubby. you need to lose weight. You need to lose this many pounds. And it just seems like that seed festered into this massive thing that I wish had never happened. But I grew up in a very loving home. I got great parents. I was just always heavy. I ate the same thing my sister ate, and she was lean all her life. Just different structure, I guess, in us. And so high school came. I was very heavy by then. My heaviest in high school was around 280, I believe. And I was depressed. I was going to see doctors and getting put on antidepressants and all of that, which just made it worse, I think. And I was just, tanking at that point. I remember days where I'd just cry because I was so unhappy being so fat, and my sister would try and help me, and she didn't know how to help me, and I didn't even know how to help me. Then I started losing weight. I was playing tennis. I played tennis for 4 years in high school and kind of started getting healthier. That's the end of it, is when I started getting healthier, and in college, and then started drinking and stuff and eating bad, and it all just kind of gained itself back. But I don't blame it on anything specific. I had a very loving home, and other than eating spaghetti a lot, I can't really tell you what did it, but yeah.
You know what? It had to be the spaghetti, because I ate so much spaghetti, and I got up to 500 pounds. Yeah.
Carbs are just bad.
Pizza. Yeah.
Come on.
No, I love that. Just like how relatively normal, like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
no.
Mine was relatively quote unquote normal. John's the only cool story. It's like he can blame his on some pretty cool things. I was just like, yeah.
There's the whole dying thing that kind of got a little dark.
There's a whole dying part and everything, but like no, like I love it because it's very like you can connect to it. It's like, oh yeah, just being the only quote unquote fat person in your family. It's like I feel like I ate the same. I feel like I did everything relatively the same, but just it was different.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where I do always go to this point where it's like these zealots that are always like, oh, just calories, man. That's the only thing. Like you just ate more. I mean, it plays a role, but like there's so much more at play than that.
So from there, like high school, I was so focused on you need to lose this many pounds, you need to, and it was just the whole wrong mindset. I have found now sitting here that that's the wrong mindset for me. I'm really happy where I'm at right now. The point for me now is to be super healthy. But back then I just had this seed planted in my head that I needed to lose X amount of pounds to be healthy. And it just,
and do you remember that? What was that?
That was the doctor saying I needed to lose weight because taking my appendix out there was too much fat, and he said I needed to lose weight. And then
that was your first why? Was that your first why?
Yeah, that was my first why. I was like 10, 11 maybe.
Oh, what a dick! I can't. What a dick.
He was a family friend too, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I flip the coin here. Like I'll admit, like every surgeon I ever talked to, they always say like, hey. Being lean makes surgery easier on me.
You got to work today for that Porsche, right? So get on in there, buddy.
Work today for that Porsche.
Yeah. The second why after that was I wanted my belly button pierced, and my parents said, "Well, lose 20 pounds, and then you can go get it pierced. We'll pay for it." So I was like, "Okay, I'll lose 20 pounds." Lost 20 pounds in high school, got my belly button pierced, just gained it back.
All right, so I got a belly button piercing story. I have to do it, John. This is new. You've never heard this story,
guys. It's gonna get really good. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's new. It's getting good.
Peak 410-pound David. This was senior year of high school.
Please tell me you got your belly button pierced, please.
So
yeah. Ooh.
All my buddies. This was like 10 of my boys. They all were like, David, we'll pay you to get your belly button pierced. And I was like, okay, pay. What we talking about? They said $100 a person. So $1,000 to get my belly button pierced.
Who wouldn't? I'd get a nipple pierced for that.
Yeah, this is 410-pound Dave. I mean, I would almost rather get my nipple pierced than my belly button pierced, to be honest. But like literally, I considered it up until the point they said I had to wear a crop top for one day at school. And I was like, I can't do it.
I would have done it.
You would
I
have done
would've
it.
done it.
You would have done it for $1,000.
For $1,000? Yeah.
So it
I
was
would've
10
done it for
boys. There was
400.
like 10 of my boys for $100 a piece, or about $1,000, and getting my belly button pierced and going to school with a crop top on. But it was the crop top part that got me. I was like, oh, I'll just go do it. That's fine. I don't care. But like, no, you got to show it off. You got to go to school with a crop top. I'm like, mm-mm.
My belly button was too low to be showing things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't have even been a crop top. Oh, this is the over/under question.
Yeah.
I love this question. I was a under for a very long time, and then I had a very stern talking to from my grandma, and she was like, you have to wear it over. And I was like, I don't want to. I didn't want to get the line and, it'd be all weird and whatever. And she's like, no, it makes you look thinner. And I was like, all right, fuck it. You want it done? That's it. Over. And then I was an over guy ever since, and it sucked. I hated being an over guy.
I never, and Britta, me about that, right?
Yes.
Like, obviously, when you got 100+ more to use, you got that. And anyone listening, you got that belly flap. Everyone freaking knows it. Mm-hmm. I never was an over. I couldn't do it. I literally just wouldn't wear a belt. I just wouldn't wear a belt, and then it was fine. But if I wore a belt, oh my gosh, it would rub at the underneath the belly like that, and it would get chafy and bad. So basically, I just wouldn't wear a belt.
Didn't you do the thing where you tuck the undershirt under and like into your pants to hold it up a little bit, or?
Maybe once or twice. Maybe back in the past. No, but I couldn't. That's why my largest quote unquote belt size was only I think like 48, because I never went over. If I would have went over, it would have been like a 60.
Yeah, I was 78.
Yeah,
I have the belt. I have it.
I want to say, my heaviest belt size is basically like a 50, just because I never went over the flap.
You were so skinny fat, it's disgusting.
You're just, back in high school, everyone thought you were 300 pounds, not 400 pounds. So you look good for 400 pounds.
I loved it. I was like 400 pounds. I'd be like, how much you think I weigh? They'd be like, I don't know, like 2. Yeah, you right.
Yeah, you right.
Now I'm like 210.
All right, Britta, we're back.
We're back. I think that's a guy thing, the whole over/under thing. Girls don't really go under.
No, they don't.
No.
Girls don't go under. Yeah.
No.
I can think of a couple, but I think the majority is a dude.
Well, girls got the great Spanx, and they just lift the shit up.
Sure.
And
y'all got some good shit. Let me tell you something.
Like, you just suck it in, and you can do some wonders.
Like I bought compression shorts for the first time, and I was like, oh, this is how they feel. I get it now. I get it. As soon as my thighs was just like, I was like, okay, I got you.
Yep. Our secret's out.
Yeah.
Secret's out.
It felt good. It felt good. I was strutting. But anyway.
Yeah.
So you went through the wrong mindset, wrong actions phase, which was losing 100 pounds through laxatives and bullshit, not doing it the right way. As you've how long between doing it poorly and then living a heavy life again, and then to now was that?
Let's see, I gained it all back I gained it all back by 2017. I mean, plus some. But between 2009 and 2017, I'd put on another 120 pounds or so. So I just slowly gained it back. I was married. I lived in North Dakota. We just drank a lot and went to the bars, especially in the wintertime. There's nothing to do. So.
And fight bears?
Just ate. Yeah, right?
I mean, that's probably the reason why you got to get big enough to fight moose and bear.
Well, to be heavy, you stay warmer up there. So.
Oh, fact. Oh, that's I'm so cold now all the time. I hate it. I'm such a blubbering bitch now. Excuse me, but I really am.
It's true. You get colder when you lose weight.
Bro,
100%.
Bro, my bones. Like, I never understood that saying, like, my bones are cold. And
God. They hurt now.
Yeah.
Even only 70 pounds down from my heaviest. I'm like, dang, it's cold now.
David,
like,
that's the real reason why I won't visit you in Michigan. I'm letting you know, because I know I get off that.
New York is the same temperature as us.
No, y'all got that off the water bullshit.
Well, we get some crazy snow here.
Yeah.
What's the coldest you feel up there, David?
Well, we had that Arctic thing last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was negative like 30.
Negative 45 in North Dakota is the coldest I felt.
It was like negative 30 here. And actually, I have a video of it on the Arctic blast when the whole city shut down. I jumped into a snow pile in my underwear. And like it was
Oh wait, I remember that video.
Yeah, because I was right after I tore my knee. I did it with a freaking knee brace on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm doing it. I didn't think it through because
No, really, you don't say.
because I jumped off this like 6 foot little wall that was on the bottom was all the snow fluff from the truck, and so I jumped
There's ice
into
underneath.
it. No, I couldn't climb back up it, and so I had to run all the way around, and so I had to run like 200 yards barefoot in my underwear,
dude.
and it's -30 out to get back. And I just tore my knee. Like I was a few months post tearing the knee, so I was not dead sprinting. And I get back, my feet were literally. I couldn't.
So like
feel
you're
them.
sterile now, right? Like the boys were
done.
just frozen.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Gone. Doesn't even exist. I amputee.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't go that far.
It's gone.
Hello.
Well, anyway.
And
That's why we
back.
never see his ankles or anything.
That's not what John was thinking.
Oh.
I'm dying. All right,
And that was the top moment of this podcast all year, right?
We're pulling it
You
back.
know how
We're
much
pulling-
stuff goes over my head, you guys? Like all the time.
All right, we're
I'm
pulling it back.
basically Drax. Come on.
Oh my God, that was a great reference. Thank you. I'm gonna call you Drax now.
Yeah,
I
you're
love it.
welcome.
All right, we're pulling it back. So as you went through that point, so now we're into the Britta that is honestly doing it for the right reasons. That is figuring out that lifestyle that fits her vibe. Vegan was a part of it, but I just heard before we started this there was something else involved, which I'm intrigued.
There was.
So share with me like this transition of losing 70 pounds. Obviously, COVID hit everybody, and so you got to give yourself some grace with that. But kind of fill us in there.
So it really started 2016. I lost my sister. She was killed, and I just skyrocketed after that, up to 300 pounds through 2016 to really 2018. And I went through a divorce in that time, also some life-changing experiences that were awful. Managed to keep my feet on the ground somehow with a lot of help from friends and family and music. And all my dogs are from a rescue that I worked with up there, and redirecting my really dark, where I was in life, that dark space I was, to helping animals, started to pull me back out of where I was. And I went pescatarian first, and so no beef or pork or chicken, turkey, anything like that. I was eating some fish here and there, and I really loved that diet. I'm not a huge meat person, so it was really good for me. I think it got my feet wet into the whole plant-based thing. And then of course keto started. It started just flashing before my eyes all over Instagram. So I was still in the mindset then 2018 that I needed to lose weight to get to this number, and to do all this. And everyone says keto, you lose a lot of weight and everything. So I did it, and it's true. You can lose a lot of weight on keto, and it just wasn't something that could stick in my lifestyle. I couldn't eat bacon all the time. It grossed me out touching it. I don't even like.
There's gonna be a lot of people listening going,
it.
blasphemy.
Yeah.
I know. Oh gosh. So I ate so much with keto, and I did lose weight. And so 2018, I moved back from North Dakota to California after my divorce, and move in down here and started keto, started losing weight. Everything was great. And I started, my mindset changed after we went through the murder trial for my sister, the person who killed her. And after that was done, it was really like, it gave us a lot of closure, that being done, because that was 4 years of waiting for that to happen and be done. Or I'm sorry, 3 years of waiting for that trial to happen and be done. And it gave us some closure when that was finalized. And there was a moment at some point where I was like, I need to start living for Leslie, for my sister, for her daughter, Cora, for my niece and nephew that live with me, and my sister-in-law and my family, because it was finally like, it was time that we needed to start living again. And I can't explain when it was. I don't even remember when it was. But things started to shift from, I don't think I'm going to make it through this, to, oh, I made it through it. And now it's time to start living for her, because everything else would just be a travesty. So
Right.
I switched over and started keto, and then I snapped my leg in September playing softball, and I kind of tanked
In
again a little bit.
softball.
Yeah, I played co-ed softball, and I was running, and I gave myself a high ankle sprain on one of my legs, and it was awful. The whole thing just exploded basically. So that kind of knocked me out for a few months, and then I started getting back on track again. Went into 2020, and had got down to one of my lowest weights as an adult, like in the 220s, and then COVID, and I just gained it all back. And so I tried doing keto again after COVID, and I just couldn't. I'm good at friends, well, Instagram friends with Fit Little Vegan, and
Oh, that's
all
my
that
girl.
stuff.
Shout out to Kayla.
I know. She changed me. Her posts and stuff. I've got a big heart for animals, and her posts just kind of changed my life. And I was like, I can't do it anymore. I even tried keto after COVID, and I was like, nope.
Someone needs to make that a book.
Do it.
Keto after COVID. I think that is like the greatest thing in the whole
Keto
world.
after COVID.
That is amazing. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue, but I just had to say that.
Yeah, so I tried it, and it literally would just make me sick. So I switched over. I just cold turkey one day, cut all the meat and animal products out of my life, and it was the best decision I've ever made because I've had the most delicious food of my entire life, and I eat like crazy, and I do it for the animals. I'm not doing it for the diet. That's no longer my mindset. That's no longer, like, I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now. I know I need to keep getting healthy so I can climb bigger mountains, and my heart's in better shape and all of that, but I did it for the animals, and it's something I believe in. And so that was the answer I needed, something other than a number on the scale or what I look like in the mirror, and doing it so I can be closer to the stars and my sister and be here for my niece and nephew and skate with them whenever I want. And that was the life-changing moment.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That takes a lot of like just power within yourself in order to come to terms with that,
Yeah, it was after the trial is when we got that moment, okay, we need to start living again for her. That changed a lot of us. A lot of healing happened after that. And then finding my why and the right reason for getting healthy was life-changing. I said last week, I believe it was, that I've lost the same 60 pounds over and over and over again and gained it back and lost it again. But this time it's so different because I have, ALG, but any day that I'm struggling, I could come to anyone on there and get some support that I need. But also the why and the reason is something I truly believe in for once. So,
yeah.
That's when you know it's real. Like, I mean, people say it in a lot of ways. We've said it in a lot of ways on the podcast thus far, but it's like the number on the scale can be a focused target of like, hey, am I making progress? I mean, that's it has its place. But if the number is on the scale is the reason why you're doing it, is never going to sustain. Like, it's like my post today. Like, I'm very like I'm so, like, you look at a before and after picture and it's like, I'm not going to lie. It's called vanity. I'm like, I look fucking good. Like, I'm like, damn, like, this is sweet. But getting my blood test results back from 2 days ago and seeing where my cholesterol's at, where my triglycerides are at. I mean, I'm in peak fucking shape. And 8 years ago, the doctors were saying I'm not living past 40. Like, that's what it's about. And like, you talk about being there for your nieces and nephews, like, that's what it's really there for. So no, I really respect that.
Yeah. The number on the scale still messes with my mind. If I do weigh myself, I do measurements also, but there's those days where it gets into my brain, and I have to have these little pep talks with myself sometimes, like, you ate like crap the other day, or, you've gained some water, or you're feeling bloated and stuff. And no matter what the number says, don't let it mess with you. And I literally have to have pep talks with myself all the time.
100%.
But, yeah, I'm working on it.
We're so like, we're just taught we're taught for so long that the scale matters. So that's why it's so hard to disconnect from that. That's why I personally never go on a scale. If I weigh myself once every 4 months, it's a lot.
It's so funny because like it is. But no, this is what I fucking love. Like, because again, my biggest thing is, and this is what, like, there's this one dietitian that keeps popping up on my TikTok, and she pisses me off because it's the classic bullshit of my way is the best and any way is bullshit.
I love those people.
It fucking, like, her whole thing is
Gotcha. There we go.
There we go.
Gotcha.
But her whole thing is like, well, if it involves the diet, it's bad. And it's about intuitive eating. And if it's a diet, it's bad. And it's like, no. Some people call intuitive eating a diet.
Right.
Like, again,
it
like,
is now. It's a fad. It's another new fad.
And it just drives me nuts because it's like, for what disempowers John for, like, or like you, Britta, for getting on the scale and be like, no, I'm more than the scale. It empowers me because I'm like, hey, whether you like it or not, the number on the scale to a degree is accountability. That's how it is for me.
Oh yeah.
And for me, it's like every time I step on the scale each morning, depending on, like, obviously I give myself grace because I understand there's fluctuations.
Yes.
But, like, if I gained weight for a week and a half straight, it's not fucking mysticism. Like, it's not like, like, that's what it is to me. And it's like, all right, if I did this wrong for a week and a half, 2 weeks straight, guess what? It's not just like bubbles and sunshine. Like, there's a reason for it.
But it also took me a long time in order to, like, not allow myself to weigh myself every day.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I was addicted to seeing a number, watching it drop.
Yep.
And then I had to change that whole mindset in order to be comfortable within my own skin. Not because in any way the scale was going back up again, just because I was stuck in that loop of, like, okay, now you need to weigh yourself. Okay, now you need to weigh yourself. Okay, now you need, like, and that was driving me more nuts than, eating properly or going to the gym or anything like that. Like, I had mastered that, like, black belt, whatever, however you rank shit in your life.
PhD.
I was there. Yeah. No, I'll never do that.
Yeah, no, we're not called PhDs.
Yeah.
You go.
That's something I learned from all of you guys, like, and all that, to use it as a tool. Many of the other girls on there have told me that use it as a tool of measurement or something, but it doesn't define where how successful I'm doing anymore, and it used to. So.
And it's so much fun where everyone can decide on what that number is. What is that? Is it transformation pics? Is it the number on the scale? Is it getting a body fat percentage scanner? Is it looking at your blood levels? Is it getting off all your medications? It doesn't really matter what it is. It's just like, all right, I am in a healthy place right now, and I need to change it. Like, that's where it needs to be.
Yeah. My measurement now of how well I'm doing is how my clothes fit, as long as they continue. Stop it. Sorry. The dogs.
I love it. She gives them these little side eye, and she's just, I'm
going to beat your ass.
I will get you later. No. Well, Nova will make eye contact with me and be like, okay, fine,
I'm sorry.
I'll stop. I'm sorry. Yeah. My measurement now of how well I'm doing is how my clothes feel, how I feel. Honestly, it's more how my brain is doing, because my mental game has been a disaster up until 4 months ago, 5 months ago. It's just, that is my number one struggle every single day, is my mental game.
And
I can get out there.
I'm intrigued. Define mental game. What do you mean by mental game?
Oh, waking up and choosing to be in a good mood even sometimes. Like I've always have these bouts of depression, moodiness. Ask my sister-in-law, like the Kling family can be a moody family. But sometimes I just sometimes I just wake up.
She just wants
to
see me. That's what it is.
I know. She knows she can hear you probably. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, another day. Do I want to get up and exercise? Do I want to do this or that? But the last few months of my routine of skating or walking or following some sort of exercise routine, I did Poros challenge 1 month. That helped a ton. Just knowing I need to get up and do something, that has saved me, because there's still these days where I'm like, can't do it, not going to do it. And yet I'm lacing up my shoes and putting them on and going outside. So my mental game is not hating the reflection in the mirror, like recognizing that I've actually made changes in my life that are significant, because they are extreme changes and they are significant, but my brain sometimes just tells me, you've done nothing. what are you even doing this for?
Right.
And I literally have to tell myself, shut it. You have done something. You're doing something right now.
Yeah, because I mean that's so big with me is like, and it goes. That's why I like like for most of these episodes, we have average everyday people. It's like it's not about Will Smith. It's not about. I mean, Will Smith, I respect you. It's like all these people I respect you, but it's always fun hearing from what we consider average everyday people. That it's like it doesn't feel like it's somehow. Oh, it's only for the elite. It's only for them to change. It's only for them to say these things. And I find it fascinating too how I say this over and over and over again. It is wild how our brains are not our friends. Like they're just tool. It's a tool just like anything else. Like what you ask, your brain is just a big old flipping supercomputer. That's all it is. And whether you like it or not, whatever you ask of it, it's just going to give you an answer. If you ask yourself, why do I suck? Why do I hate myself? It's just going to give you fucking answers.
Right.
But if you start getting that habit of why am I a fucking badass? Why am I a sexy hot piece of chiseled man meat? You start going, well, look at these pecs.
I ask myself this every day.
And
Every day.
it's just,
I
it
love
changes
that
everything.
term. I don't know why the girls hate it so much. I love it, man.
Chiseled piece of man meat. Yep.
Love it.
I know who's cringing out there. I know in the squad.
I know who's cringing out there.
Every single female that's going to listen to this is cringing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
There goes our women viewers.
There goes.
Yeah,
There they go.
right.
See you later.
And they're gone.
And they checked out.
I love it. But so kind of from here, what is like when over the last 5-6 months with the way things have been doing it, the vegetarian plant-based nutrition side of things, and then the workout you did, Poro, what you say you love to skate, define, like what is skating? Like, so for example, is it ice skating? Is it, what kind of skating are we talking about?
Wait, I don't think you follow my Instagram.
No, I do. I know it. I know the answer. I know the answer. I'm saying it in the context of anyone not knowing you. I promise I know.
No, I roller skate on quad skates, four wheels on each one. And that really started during COVID. I was bored and, I bought some skates and started skating. And I wasn't able to do even one single, little half block in my neighborhood. And now I do 10 miles sometimes in the morning on my skates. So I roller skate. Like what I do for exercise, I quit my gym after I broke up with a boyfriend because I didn't want to run into him there anymore. And I was like, I'm just going to do my home workout kind of stuff. And my sister-in-law does street parking. So I joined street parking. So I have a little home gym. We have a home gym that we use in our garage. And I roller skate and I love running. I love jogging. I love jogging and running. I'm actually signed up for my first half marathon next year. I've had a dream of running one for years and years and years. So I kind of have dreams. I literally make my dreams come true because I will dream of spinning on ice skates or skating. So I bought skates and I started practicing spinning, and I dream of running. Like if I have a dream that I'm running a marathon, I just wake up and I go run the next day. So I literally just dream about what I want to do and I go do it.
I like that.
So yeah.
That's intuitive dreaming.
Intuitive dreaming.
I dream every single night. I remember every single dream. And usually if it's something like physical, like, oh, I had a dream I was in a cycle race or something like that, I'll go ride my bike for 10 miles. It just makes me happy doing stuff like that. So I don't really have like, oh, on Mondays I do this, on Tuesdays I do this. I literally fly by the seat of my pants every single day because I'm just no.
To lose weight, to live a healthy lifestyle, you need to have your squat jumps one day. You have to get you have to do P90X.
That mindset failed me I was in that mindset for 22 years. And I was in the all or nothing mindset for 22 years. And that finally stopped, this year in January or so after my ankle healed. And no, I just kind of do what I want now. And if I want to skate, I'll skate. If I start tripping over my feet, I'll go flip my big military tire around that I named the Madge. So I always set a date with Madge during the week and go flip her around. And yeah, it's literally whatever I want to do.
But
That's so dope.
100%. And that actually goes back to one of the things, you know, with the intuitive eater nutritionists on TikTok that I see a lot.
I don't know what that is.
Who is she? Because now I feel like we have to reach out to her and have her on here so you guys can argue for 40 minutes.
I don't even know. I'll have to look her up. She just pops up a lot. She's like 130K now. But intuitive eating is just the idea of like any type of restriction. If you count your macros, if you weigh your food, if you're keto, if you're vegetarian, if you associate yourself to any individual program, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
And you need to feel your body. If you want if you want to feel like you need a Snickers bar, eat that Snickers bar.
Gotcha.
And it's like this hoity-toity.
That doesn't really work for people with addictions.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 410-pound David.
Yeah.
You tell him I can intuitively eat a Reese's peanut butter cup every so often. I'll eat 15.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my intuitive eating.
So often. Yeah.
Like, no, for me, I needed that heavy restriction, that heavy focus to reset myself. And then I'm like, now I've intuitively eaten. Like, now I'm like, okay, I can do these things. But like to say that, to do it from the start.
Right.
Yeah. No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work for everyone.
If you're thinking that,
yeah, it doesn't work for everyone. But going back to what you were saying with like, you're very much in that intuitive kind of just like, hey, I know I need to work out, but how I go about it, you know what? Today it's gonna be flipping some tires.
Madge.
Tomorrow it's gonna be we're gonna flip it Nash. Tomorrow it's gonna Madge or Nash.
Madge.
Madge.
Tomorrow
it's
we have
gonna
a spelling bee at the end of this, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, A, B, C, or D.
Yeah.
And it can go from hiking to biking to whatever you fucking feel like it. No, and I love that. But
in a box with a fox.
In a box with a fox. On a night with a bike. I'm a gangster.
Yeah, you sound like it.
We gangsta. No, but I love that because it's like, again, but you're in the right headspace, going back to the foundation of it, which is like you're doing this for the right reasons. You have the right frame of mind, and so the actions don't seem so aggressive anymore. Now, it doesn't mean, just like you said, not every single day you're gonna be like, I want to go flip Nash around.
Yeah.
Nash.
Madge, you know, like the old, M-A-D-G-E, Madge. Yeah.
We'll flip Madge around, but whatever it is, you're just like, no, I have to, because it's the right thing to do, not because I'm like, oh my god, I have to do this program, I gotta finish it. So like, no, I love that.
Yeah, that really saved me getting out of that mindset that I had to do something. So
what was your favorite fad diet? I love asking people this question. What was your favorite fad? Yeah. Obviously it didn't work, but like, what was your favorite fad diet?
I didn't really have a favorite because I hated it all. I felt like I had to do something. This one is the only one, and when I say diet, I you know, there's the diet, the keto diet and stuff like that. My diet now is plant-based, but it's really just how I live my life. I don't feel like I'm on a diet anymore. Like I don't restrict
because you're living
food.
a lifestyle, right? Is that why?
Yeah, I don't restrict my food. You know,
Yeah,
I just
kind of it's fun, right?
When I'm hungry. So yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that a crazy thought process to have?
The most successful fad diet I did was keto.
Right.
No, that's not right. I think plant-based has been more successful than keto for me.
So what was the craziest fad diet you did?
Oh, just drinking alcohol and, you know.
No, that doesn't count. No.
Okay.
Well, I'm definitely going to say it's the freaking laxatives
and the beer.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably. You know, I don't know. I've tried everything. I've tried no carbs, but normal eating. You know, I've tried keto. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried everything under the book. So they were all just very unsuccessful for me. So I can't say any of them were favorited or crazy because they're all crazy to me now. But
okay.
Yeah.
So where do you see your journey taking you next besides the peak of the highest mountain you could get on?
I really want to start bodybuilding at some point and get really strong and muscular. And
you want to get yoki?
I just want to get.
You're going to take some tests? You're going to get roided out?
No.
Okay.
I just want to get strong. I want to be able to do anything that if I see a
Want
bar,
to
I
pick
want
up
to
a
go pull
truck.
up. Yeah, basically, I want to tip something over if I want to tip something over. So
I feel that.
yeah, no, I really want to run my half marathon, do some hiking. I would really love to do some extreme peaks, hit some extreme peaks, and overall health is really my only goal. Really, I just want to experience life more than I have the last 32 years of my life.
I
So
love it. It's crazy because you're like the totally different Britta than the Britta I met when you first walked into the first ALG call.
I was a mess back then. Yeah, I was a real mess. You guys, ALG really saved me. I'm not joking. It saved me last week. David, when I wrote that, I was like, ALG saved me last week when I needed someone to, help me with some advice and stuff. So yeah, I love this group. This group is I put all of my success on joining this group because I have had many situations. You guys saw me when the anniversary of my sister being killed came around. I was a mess. And that is generally when I will fall off the wagon and just be like, screw it. So having you guys there and getting to talk everything through and people constantly checking in saved me. I'm not joking when I say it saves me. ALG saves me. But
Well, we appreciate that. That kind of really pulled at my heartstrings now. Thank you.
It does every day for me because I'll wake up sometimes and I'm like, oh gosh, just one of those days, and I'll go check out your guys' pages, anyone in the ALG group, the pages and the constant tags of, their successes and everything. And I'm like, get up, Britta, just go do something, get up and move. So yeah, and that's something I've never had before in the last 20 years of doing this was a major support group that's helped pull me through it. So,
and I think that's something, obviously I think that's something that's lacking in the area that we are in.
Truth. I mean, it's kind of funny. I talk about my book on that point where it's like, I call it the Gym Partner Fallacy.
Yes.
Which is like, what do most people do, especially in weight loss? But it could be anything. It could be you suck at relationships or whatever it may be. And it's like, let me go find someone who's in as awful a situation as I am and ask them to let's support each other and transform. Little rascals, bunch of whippersnappers.
How many dogs you have?
I have 3 of my own, the 3 big fat ones, and then I have a little foster Chihuahua
Don't call
dog.
Nova fat ever again.
She is fat. She's the biggest, fattest baby out there. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
But I have 3 and then a foster.
3 and a foster. But the one thing just to close it out was just the idea of like, we always tend to harbor with someone that's like in the equal or worse situation to like hold us accountable. And it's like, or you could leverage the momentum of someone that's just figuring it out. And then it's like, wow, it just seems so much more doable because it's like for your situation, Britta, like, do you feel, I think that's one of the things I like about the ALG community the most is that everyone feels relatively open to kind of share where they're at because there's so much momentum of like success. No one feels like they're holding anyone back.
No. Yeah.
Like you're like, hey, I'm gonna grab a hold. I need some momentum, so I'm gonna hold. But no, I think a lot of people have that, which is like, I want to ask someone for help, but I feel like I'm gonna be a burden on them. And this, I feel like the community does a really good job at like, hey, you're not gonna hold anyone back. So
no. Even people who are going through their own things and have openly, messaged and needed some input, you can still put something on there. And they're sometimes the first ones to turn around and say, hey, been there, felt that, this helped me through it. Or they're still going through it and they're like, I feel you, someone at least feels what you're going through. So it's really mind boggling to me, the group, and how many people are immediately available if you need some input on something. Yeah.
And how many times can we say chiseled piece of man meat in one group text, in one Discord server?
Many times. Smokey, stop. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I love it.
It's fun. It gives you dynamic. Everyone's sitting there, how many dogs does she have?
I mean, honestly, Britta's on a cell phone and she's had the best audio and visual whole podcast. So
literally the best connection. It's kind of comical.
You all got that good Wi-Fi out there in Cali.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm the only one home, so I better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I think it's about time we're gonna wrap this puppy up. Before we do, I do have some special questions for you, if you're ready to answer them.
Ready.
Are you? All right, cool. Britta, if you could go back in time and have a conversation with yourself at when you were eating those laxatives and drinking them Budweiser, what would you say to yourself?
I'd say knock it off and say stop. Oh man, I missed out on so much life back then. I'd tell that girl to stop and think what she's doing and make better decisions. And this is not the answer for happiness in the future. Not at all. I'd say be thankful you've lost weight the way you have. Now fix it. Fix your brain, because everything else was fine, but the brain was so messed up. I'd say go talk to someone and fix it. So, yeah.
I like that. And so, Britta, you're pretty good with this, so I'm very intrigued to hear your answers. Could you give the people listening at home 3 solid pieces of advice? They don't have to be about weight loss. It could be about anything, but 3 really good pieces of advice.
First piece of advice for weight loss would be don't think it's all or nothing. If you're going to have Thanksgiving and eat and whatever, that's great. Enjoy it. The next day, don't think that you screwed yourself and let it all go and fall off that wagon, or even a weekend or anything like that. Don't think that everything you've done is lost because the scales went up by 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, whatever. Just get back on track. Just keep going. The next one would be to read. Dogs drive me nuts. Read what people write on their Instagram posts. If you joined Instagram for inspiration and motivation and you follow all these accounts, read what those people are writing, because the answers are there that you're going to need to make it successful. I did a whole lot of following and liking and all that in the beginning, and pictures. I liked the pictures. What I missed was reading what people who have been there, done that, and made it successful, failed, made it successful again, are saying. The answers are there. Read what people write under their pictures. The third thing would be brave. It's going to be a rough ride. There's ups and downs. Just hunker down and pull through it, and be nice to people. Be nice to those around you. You don't know the whole story about what everyone's going through and what caused them to get where they're at, or how they're even doing on that day that they post a little happy selfie on Instagram. You don't really know. So be nice to yourself, be nice to people around you, lift people up, and it'll come back to you. What you put out there comes back. So.
Fuck yes. That last one. That last one.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the first one the most, but that's just me.
Hey, you're not first or last, I guess.
You're not first or last.
You're not first or last.
No, I love that last one just because it was the first. No one's ever said that.
Oh,
no one's ever said the all or nothing, with like just the idea of like, hey, you're gonna fuck up. Like, don't take it as an all or none. Like, your Thanksgiving, I think everyone needs to hear more than ever right now. Like, the amount of people that can not eat like a complete asshole on Thanksgiving/Christmas is a fucking saint.
Yeah.
I ain't one of them.
Small percentage of people out there.
John, are you a saint?
Even if it's,
I don't like Thanksgiving, so never did.
You don't.
How many days beyond Thanksgiving are we?
What?
Like a week?
Yeah.
Even people who haven't gotten backtrack since Thanksgiving, just stop. Just get back on track.
But you can call me on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I'll let you know how I'm hanging.
Yeah.
It's like the same food. What's the difference?
You fuck off. You don't know proper fucking Italian fucking Christmas Eve. Right?
I don't believe it.
Same thing. Get the fuck out of here. Bullshit.
I don't even like spaghetti.
I don't even like you.
I don't like spaghetti.
Fuck off. Talk about my shit.
Oh man, this seems personal at this point.
I don't even like The Sopranos.
Oh wow. You take that back. You love it. You take it back now.
You're lucky he hasn't met you in person.
Take
David.
it back. Take it back. Yeah, exactly. Because it is cinematic fucking greatness. Right? Television history. Anyway, before I have to go and fucking kill David, Britta, where can we find you on social media?
Britta and the Beast. Britta _ and _ Beast.
Is it one
Britta
underscore or
Beast.
2? I feel like it's 2 underscores. Like together. It's a
I
big
think it's
space.
one. It's
Is
one.
it?
Britta and it's just one.
Okay. All right. So it's Britta and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you can find her.
Yeah.
She has good stories.
Yeah.
Great
a
hiking
lot of skating.
stories. A lot of hiking.
Yeah, a lot of hiking.
Well, Britta, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I hope that you had a really good time.
I
David,
did.
I don't like you anymore. I just want to thank everyone for listening in, and you can find me at @JARPS_journey. You can find her, Britta and the Beast. You can find David in the bottom of the hole somewhere.
No, you were gonna say that.
And that's we're out of time now, folks. So enjoy the rest of your day. And
You
the
can
rest of
find
your
him next
weekend.
to Jimmy Hoffa and go fuck himself.
Yeah, exactly.
We're done
Oh my
now.
gosh.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, I love you
Thanks, guys.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Y'all come back now, you hear? Toodle.
Well, David's not coming back, but